Welcome to the Mujiwara Sketches YouTube channel, buddy. In today's video, we embark on a journey into the heart of the latest chapter, where alliances are tested, powers clash, and the fate of the world hangs in the balance. Brace yourselves as we delve deep into the treacherous waters of Chapter 1109, where the winds of change blow fiercely and the shadows of destiny loom large. Prepare to be swept away by the storm of excitement as we embark on this epic voyage together. Let the review analysis begin. Fans were completely shocked by One Piece 1109. It was without a doubt one of the most interesting stories in the whole series. Vegapunk's final warning to the whole world was being planned in this chapter, and Luffy's fight against Kizaru and the Five Elders continued at the same time. Fans clearly couldn't wait for this chapter in the Egghead Island arc. While it didn't deliver the message they were hoping for, it did deliver something much more interesting. Saturn brought all five elders to Egghead, making things much harder for Luffy and the Straw Hat Pirates to handle. Fans are not ready for what is going to happen next because they will have to fight all five elders at the same time. Part 1. Saturn summons the Gorosei on Egghead. Against Saturn, Luffy fought as well as he could in One Piece Chapter 1109. There was something hypnotic about this fight, and Gear 5's comedic side was evident once more. Luffy was seen messing around with both Saturn and Kizaru at the same time. Since Luffy knew that his strikes didn't hurt Saturn in particular, he chose to use an attack that would knock them both out. Luffy was able to slice them into paper-thin discs by slapping them together with his hands. This powerful move is called Gomu Gomu no Dan symbol. Following this, he spun them on his middle fingers and threw them very quickly. Through Luffy's attack, Kizaru was thrown back to a Navy ship, where he was found badly damaged. At the same time, this attack didn't hurt Saturn, so he turned around and attacked Luffy with all his strength. At the same time, fans learned that Saturn could actually talk to people like the final five elders through telepathy. All five of them agreed that Vegapunk should not be able to send his message around the world. They also said that the world as they know it would be in danger if he was able to do so. Because of this, the five elders had no choice but to get dirty and join the fight. Saturn was able to call all five elders to the fight with some power of his. Fans saw 4 huge summoning circles show up on Egghead. These circles were surrounded by huge black lightning and flames. The five elders came out of these rounds of summoning, and they have now chosen to join the fight on Egghead. Part 2. The full power of the five elders. Now it's Luffy versus the five elders. Stopping Vegapunk from spreading his message around the world is the main goal here. Another goal is to stop everyone who is going against the government. In this way, the five elders' goals have not changed. The most important thing is to get rid of Vegapunk and stop sending the message completely. The second thing they would want to do is get rid of the cursed Buccaneers bloodline, which means killing Bartholomew Kuma. Finally, they would want to finally tie down Nika, the sun god. There is no way that the five elders can miss these 3 goals, so they will do everything they can to reach them. It is certain that fans will see them fight Luffy, and it's also possible that they may break up. Fans will probably first see their devil fruit skills in this case. The five elders have a lot of powerful abilities. Saturn, as fans know, has the power of an Ushioni, which he showed off as soon as he came out of his calling circle. At this point, all 5 of the elders have come out from their summoning rings, so it seems likely that they have all changed into their respective fruit forms. Most likely, they'll show how strong they really are in One Piece Chapter 1110. After that, the fight against Luffy will start. This fight is going to be one of the hardest ones Luffy has ever been in, maybe even harder than the one at Kaido. But the battle will be different because it's not a race to win. Instead, it's a fight to stay alive, keep the crew safe, and finally get away. Part 3. Luffy versus all 5 elders. Fans will always see Luffy fighting against all 5 elders in the next part of One Piece. This fight is something that can't be avoided at this point. As Luffy said in the last chapter, he is here to make sure that the 5 elders don't get around him and go after his friends and Vegapunk. I think Luffy should do his very best here because he is here to stop them in their tracks. It's not likely that Luffy is tired since he just got into Gear 5. He was able to win the fight against Saturn and Kizaru, so Luffy should be able to do the same against 2 elders. When he faces all 5, though, it's not likely that he will be able to win. So, it's likely that the 5 elders will win the fight in the next chapters. There is a good chance that they will do a lot of damage to Luffy in the next chapters. If that happens, this arc will become even more interesting, since there will be no clear way out. Part 4, can Luffy defeat all 5 elders? Of course, every fan is wondering if Luffy will be able to beat all 5 elders at the same time. It's very hard to answer this question. Luffy shouldn't be able to beat all 5 of the elders based on his strength. Saturn has already been shown to be strong enough to fight Luffy's skills. Besides that, Luffy can't hurt any of the 5 elders, as has been made clear already in this story. Fan images showed that Saturn instantly regenerated no matter what he did. This means that Luffy can't win this fight until he figures out how to stop them from recovering. Because of this, Luffy will almost definitely be seen as the underdog in this fight by his fans. He can't fight the 5 elders by himself because they are all too strong. However, Luffy can still win the battle by fighting smart, taking most of the damage himself, and keeping them all at bay. Also, Luffy probably won't be fighting by himself for long. It looks like Dory and Broggy are on their way to where Luffy is. The 3 of them will likely work together to fight the 5 elders. It's possible for Luffy to stay behind with Dory and Broggy and tell Vegapunk to lead the Straw Hat crew away from Egghead. If that happens, this arc will get even more intense, and it will be very exciting to see how this fight goes from here on out. The Iron Giant is another interesting character that could join the fight. The goal of these 4 people is to fight the 5 elders while the rest of the Straw Hat pirates escape from Egghead and meet up again on Elbaf. Fans will have 2 groups, Luffy and the Masters of the Giant Pirates and the Iron Giant will stay on Egghead, while the Straw Hat Pirates and Vegapunk will go to Elbaf. Summary and highlights. Luffy fights all 5 elders in a fierce battle that shows off his Gear 5 skills and drive. Fans think Luffy might not be able to beat the elders because they are so strong and can heal themselves. Other individuals, such as Dory, Broggy, and the Iron Giant, could join the fight, which could make it bigger. As the chapter draws to a close, the Straw Hat Pirates stand united, ready to face whatever challenges lie ahead. With determination etched on their faces, they prepare to continue their journey amidst the tumultuous seas of uncertainty. The events on Egghead Island have tested their strength and resolve, but they emerge stronger than ever, ready to confront whatever fate has in store. With the setting sun casting its golden glow, they bid farewell to this chapter, knowing that their adventures are far from over. Thank you very much for visiting the Mugiwara Sketches YouTube channel, buddy. We hope you enjoy our review analysis. Don't forget to subscribe to continue joining us on our joyful journey in the world of anime. If you have any wishes, questions, or suggestions for our next videos, feel free to express your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you very much for your support, and until we meet again. See you next time, buddy. What is One Piece anime? One Piece is a manga and anime story about a young boy named Monkey D. Luffy who wants to be the king of the pirates in the world. As a child, he eats a devil fruit, a strange plant that makes him able to stretch like rubber. Before the show starts, Luffy goes out into the world for the first time and starts to gather a group of pirates. The main group grows over time, but it starts with Luffy, Nami the Navigator, and a swordsman named Roronoa Zoro. At some point, Luffy and his friends are known as the Straw Hat Pirates, and they go on many exciting adventures across the ocean. One Piece is a lot of fun because it's silly. Luffy goes from island to island around the world in the series. Each island has its own setting and theme. It's a pretty fantastical world full of animals that look like people, live skeletons, and other delightfully strange things. Within moments the group is in a winter scene, and the next they are on a tropical island full of giants. The show is full of silly and bright details. For example, Zoro holds a sword in his mouth, a scary military boss wears a cute bulldog hat. And people don't use phones to talk to each other instead. They use special transponder snails that can send and receive messages. Luffy is a carefree person who just wants to eat a tasty meal and laugh at bad jokes. Even though there are some funny parts in the series, a lot of One Piece is about freedom. During his travels, Luffy often takes up guns to help his friends and encourages others to do the same against pirates and government-backed military occupations. The characters in Luffy and his crew get stronger with each fight, which is typical for shonen manga. A lot of the story is about how Luffy beats a problem that seemed impossible to solve and finds some kind of secret power. After each fight, Luffy and his team get stronger and move closer to his main goal, which is to find the One Piece. Why is it called One Piece? The first part of both the manga and the anime shows that Pirate King Gold D. Roger is telling the truth about the mythical wealth called the One Piece. One Piece is the name of the show because Luffy wants to find the One Piece and become the next Pirate King. One of Luffy's main goals in the show is mentioned in the show's title. What is the One Piece? The answer to this question is still one of the biggest secrets in the series. It's been more than 1,000 episodes, and we still don't know what One Piece is. We know that the One Piece is the name of the treasure that Gold D. Roger collected on his travels because of details in the manga. We still don't know a lot about the treasure, though. There are a lot of ideas from fans about what the One Piece is, but we still don't know what it is or even if it's real. The One Piece could just be the friends Luffy makes along the way.